So about late Monday night, we saw this draft opinion on Roe v. Wade that was leaked and later confirmed by the court to be authentic. Though still a draft, it's not final yet. That likely would happen sometime this summer, so it could change. But as released, the language is really a full-throated repudiation of Roe and would overturn a national right to abortion and put that decision in the hands of the states, which would likely approximately split the country in two in terms of whether abortion is legal in a state or not. So if Roe v. Wade is in fact overturned, you'd have about half of U.S. states that are expected to quickly move to ban abortion. Of those, 13 states have what's called trigger laws, which are specifically written not to go into effect unless Roe is overturned. But if Roe was overturned, they would immediately be near total bans on abortion.
Utah's trigger bill will take us to no abortions allowed except in cases of rape, incest, or life of the mother. There's, I believe, one state, I think it's Alabama, that has a trigger law with no exceptions.
Even before anything officially happens with Roe, there was an awareness that there's this conservative majority on the court. So we have seen states already start to prepare for something big to happen with Roe. And in blue states, what's been happening is some have moved to protect abortion providers from lawsuits, and some, like Oregon, have even moved to set aside money to help kind of bolster their infrastructure and help women travel from out of state to get abortions there if they need them.
I think first and foremost, after almost 50 years of case law, we've realized that we can't take it for granted and we want to protect future generations. And so we're talking about a constitutional amendment and working on those details quickly because we want to get it done before the end of June to the voters who vote for it come November, but basically enshrining our right to privacy and our right to control our bodies and have an abortion if we want out there. But we realize that that right doesn't mean anything if we don't have access. And so through the Women's Caucus, we've been working on a package of 13 bills that we announced in January to increase access, to ensure that we have resources and we're able to better serve anyone here in the state, but really anyone coming out of state. California plans to be and has been a beacon of hope and a refuge for anyone seeking an abortion.
So AP has analyzed a lot of available data on this, on who's getting abortions and why, and it's clear that people who lower income folks, people who are Black and Hispanic are more likely to get abortions. And so if Roe v. Wade is overturned and if that access really closes down in a big way in about half the country, those communities will bear a bigger brunt of that change. And
how do we do that?
over the last few decades, abortion laws have slowly become more restrictive already in conservative states, especially. And that's meant there are fewer clinics for a lot of women. They're harder to get to. And so meanwhile, the FDA has also opened up access to abortion medication, and that has allowed women to self-manage abortion. More than half of abortions are now done via medication in the US. And so that's a different kind of access. And I think that's going to be a real battlefront coming up in states that access to that medication.
The top shelf you see is the mifepristone. That's the first medication in medication abortion. That is one pill. Right? But the one we're saying is One flight attendant says to the other, well, they're just gonna have to fire me because I'm not getting vaccinated.